Oh, you're just gonna start recording? That's rude, but okay. So I just spent an hour attempting to record myself live designing a board game, and like my phone didn't have enough space for the video, so I'm just gonna do it by hand in under 8 minutes, which I think is what my phone is telling me the limit is. So, I think I'll just keep these as references. Here's this. Wow. Alright, information being delivered. You're learning about stuff. And you can pause and read these because I'm not intending them to be like fully readable within the time that I'm showing them. Okay, so I got these lovely pieces at a thrift store. They're Little Tykes brand. And it's really weird looking through a camera as I do this instead of my eyes because there's like latency. Anyway, they fit together in a bunch of cool different ways. Maybe if I used my eyeballs instead of my phone, I'd be able to have functioning ability. Alright, wow, look at that. That's a cool way for these pieces to fit together. Oh, it's really hard to do this with one hand, taking them apart, so I'm not going to. And like, look at these. Look at these lovely ways in which these pieces can align. I'm also using crayons as like pieces because, you know, why not? Okay, so where do we start? Turn order. Your turns. You place one of these hashtaggy boys. Let's not gender them. These hashtaggy friends. Alright, so you're going to place one of those. You're going to place a crayon, and you're going to draw a card. Optional, you can exchange a crayon for a card. There's mutability. Alright, once per turn you can exchange a crayon for a card, or a card for a crayon. Is my flash on? Oh, it most certainly is. Okay, so, and then at the very end of your turn you play one card, if possible. Now, boosh. What does a card do, you ask? Look at this handy sheet. You can move one of... Oh my gosh. You can move one of your crayons, you can move an opponent's crayon, you can move the board by like taking a piece and relocating it. Wow. You can even move players, like having them change seats. Why is changing seats relevant? Because of points. Each different color of board, we've got two greens here, one orange in the back, and one yellow up in front. Each different color of board tile not only corresponds to a player, but it also corresponds to a point value that is defined by point cards. The player to your left, the player to your right, yourself, and non-adjacent players if there's 4 or 5 people in the game. And what that means is maybe my green crayon on my green hashtag is worth -2 points. So I don't want that to happen. Maybe being on yellow is 0 points, but being on orange is 3 points. So I want to move all my crayons to orange so I can get that mad cash, yo. Alright. Now, there's also cards you can play that affect cards. You can trade cards, shuffle cards, obtain cards, release cards, or play multiple cards. Wow, look at that jazz. There's also powerful single-use cards, like the score checkpoint, the reveal opponent's point cards, the reverse the turn order, the skip the next person's turn. Both of these are from Uno and are very mean. But there's also the blue shell, which allows whoever's been hecked up the most can get unhecked up and also maybe punch whoever's in first place. And then there's also the instant card, which allows you to play, you know, whatever ASMR ASMR lets you play like any card instantly, even when it's not your turn, which is cool. All right, next up, we've got movement. So it's not illustrated here, so let me illustrate it. Oh wait, no, it's illustrated here. Boom, we've got downhill and we've got uphill. That's a consideration. I said that downhill is 1 point cheaper and uphill is 1 point more expensive. We also have on-off color. It's 0 extra points to move amongst your color territory hashtags, but it's 2 extra points if you're moving around in someone else's zone. You know, there's units of move. Okay, very important. Point system. Each player's territory worth different amount of points to each player. Tally points end game. There's also the score checkpoint card, which was defined on this, which is now as it is. And that allows you to tally points in the middle of the game. I'm going to set you down for a second. Alright, I'm sorry. That was probably really boring for you. Wow. Tally points mid-game with the special card, okay? Now you know. There are also these sheets of paper that I made during the recording that are less relevant. Did I want the game to have chessness? I didn't. Design goals. All players always relevant. Blue shell. Lingo, everybody. And this is a deck building, adding cards to deck, removing cards from deck, shuffle occasionally. That's my understanding of deck building. That's relevant. Okay, these are relevant, actually, but this is the main stuff. All right, game. And so the way you play the game, I still can't remove that with one hand. Let's pretend this is 1 instead of a chunk of 7. Turn 1, you place 1, like a singular, just one of these. Alright, and then you place a crayon, which hopefully won't sink all the way down. Alright, you place a thing, you place a crayon, and you draw a card. I'm using these playing cards as a display. We're not actually using playing cards. They'll be like index cards that say fun stuff on them. Alright, you place a thing, you place a crayon, you draw a card. If you want, you can exchange the card you drew for an extra crayon, or the crayon you placed for an extra card. And at the end of your turn, if you have any cards, you can play a card, and you can do one of these things. Alright, beautiful. And point system. This points, right? Do you understand? There's a game here, everybody, and I made it in one sitting, and like all of these things I had recorded, and then my phone didn't have enough space. So maybe I'm coming off a little like frustrated, but it's mid. Wow, my phone won't focus on my pinky. Anyway, I think this video is over. Thank you for joining me. Wait. Mid. Okay, bye.